We're trying to debunk a misconception on this sense talking, but let's help you with dates on this explainer. You know that feeling, right? You're standing in front of your fridge, holding a carton of something, and you hesitate, all because of that tiny date printed on the package. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on what those dates really mean, where they came from, and why they have such a powerful and honestly often misleading hold on us.
Okay, let's just picture it. You grab a yogurt, it looks perfectly fine, smells totally normal, but then you see it. The date on the lid says it expired yesterday. And just like that, your brain short circuits. Is this thing suddenly dangerous? Or is that date just a suggestion? What do? Well, that exact moment of confusion, multiplied by millions of us every single day, adds up to a huge problem. Every year, we throw away billions, with a B, billions of dollars worth of perfectly good, edible food, all because we're scared of a tiny and usually misunderstood date. But here's the kicker, the thing that might just blow your mind. Most of these dates, they have very little to do with whether your food is safe to eat. Seriously, they were created for a completely different reason. And understanding why really changes the whole game.
I mean, think about it. For most of human history, food didn't come with a printed deadline. So how did we survive? We used the high-tech gear we were all born with, our senses. If something smelled bad or looked weird, you didn't eat it. It was pretty straightforward. The dates we obsess over today, they're actually a pretty recent thing, only showing up in the 20th century.
So, as our food system got more complex and food started traveling longer distances to get to grocery stores, manufacturers needed a way to ensure their products were consistent. So, these dates were born. But they weren't designed as a safety alarm for you, the consumer. They were created as a promise of quality from the company, saying, hey, our product will taste its absolute best before this date.
So, if the dates aren't always about safety, what are they about? Well, this is where we all got confused. We tend to throw the word expired around for everything, but you're actually looking at a secret language on your food, with a few different phrases that mean very different things.
All right, let's crack the code. First up, you have best before. This is the most common one, and it's all about quality. It's the manufacturer saying the flavor and texture will be at their peak before this date. It is not a toxic after date. On the other hand, you have use by. Now this is the one to pay attention to. This is a safety date, and you'll usually see it on highly perishable things like fresh meat or fish. And then there's the sell-by date. And you know what? This date isn't even for you. It's basically a note from the food company to the grocery store. It's all about inventory management, telling the store how long to keep the product on the shelf. It has absolutely nothing to do with food safety in your home.
So who even decides on these dates?
Well, for the most part, it's the manufacturers themselves. And to be fair, they have every reason in the world to be extra careful. They'd much rather you toss something out a little early. They run tests and then pick a date that's pretty conservative, guaranteeing the product will be perfect, not just edible. This is especially true for things that are shelf-stable. You know, canned goods, pasta, things in your freezer. That can of soup in your pantry could be perfectly fine for years after the date stamped on it. So, what it really boils down to is knowing when to respect the date and when to go back to using that original food safety tool, your own senses. For fresh meat, seafood, yeah, that use-by date is important. But for so many other foods, pasta, rice, honey, even chocolate, the date is about a slight decline in quality, not a sudden turn to the dark side. Your eyes and nose are much better judges.
Okay, so let's make this really practical. It's a simple 3-step toolkit. First, just identify the food. Is it something perishable or is it shelf-stable? Second, trust your senses. Give it a look, give it a sniff. Does anything seem off? And finally, make your choice based on that real-world evidence, not just the number on the package. If you remember just one thing from all of this, let it be this. A date label is not a magic switch. Food doesn't become poison the second the clock strikes midnight on its best before date. It's a guide, a suggestion, not a command. And look, getting this isn't just about being right. It's about empowering yourself. You can literally save money on groceries, you can dramatically cut down on how much food you waste, and you can start to feel way more confident and in control in your own kitchen. It's about trusting your judgment again.
So, the next time you open that fridge and you pause, looking at a date on a label, I want you to see it differently. Don't just see a warning. See an opportunity to make a smarter choice, to trust yourself, and to bring a little common sense back into the kitchen. So I'll just leave you with this question. How much could you save by trusting your senses?